All right, you guys, it's been a while. Happy New Year, everyone. I know it's been a while since I did my live stream due to technical problems. So this time, I am actually taking you guys to a very different place here in Hong Kong that, if you ask me, I think most people actually don't really explore. And why is my camera kind of at an angle? Okay, it's at an angle. So this area is called Hung Hom. So if you look on the MTR map, it's called Hung Hom. And what happens is that there's a lot of funeral homes here. And this particular area is known to have, hey Bob, how's it going? It's known to have the places that sells like the urns, the caskets, the coffins, everything. I know it's not one of those places that tourists would usually go to on a regular basis. Hey Bernice. But I just thought it's kind of cool because it's not one of those places that you go to every day. I just hope I don't get beaten up, which, hey, how's it going? So welcome to my walking tour. And if I get beaten up, so be it. Okay, so that you guys know, right? Hung Hom is actually an older district. And what happens is that three of the most, I think the oldest funeral parlors are actually in this neighborhood. So in here, you'll find that a lot of the shops, like this shop right there, it sells urns. That vehicle that just went by is the, what's those vehicles called? What's those vehicles called that holds the coffins? Someone remind me, what's that word called? It's called a, oh damn. Okay, I forgot. A hearse, that's right, thank you. See, just so that you have an idea, in Asia, a lot of the urns are actually made from jade and all sorts of precious stones. Sometimes you'll see Buddhist, what do you call it, the ging, like their Bibles, this scripture from there. Sometimes you'll find things that's from the Christianity Bible, etc., etc. Oh, wait. And see, these stores, they actually sell the flowers. And believe it or not, when you go into a funeral home, fun fact, a lot of people say the funeral home smells like funeral home, but it really doesn't. It actually smells like, hey Yan, this is Yan, my friend from Canada. And the flowers are actually what makes a funeral home smell like funeral home. As fresh as you might see some of these flowers, they are actually the deadest thing you'll ever see. Reason being is because they've been embalmed with a bunch of stuff just so that it looks fresh, but they've actually been dead from a long time ago. So next time you go into a funeral home, you'll see that these are the things that have been dead probably longer than the person that's laying there. And these things, the racks and everything, they can just leave it on the street, which I think is pretty cool because nobody steals it. In a Chinese superstition, people think it's bad luck. So basically you can just lay your shit on the street without people stealing your goods, which is actually not bad considering that space is actually very scarce in Hong Kong. And if you look at the hearse that's here in Asia, it's not what you think. Yeah, so these are the typical hearses, and if you look carefully, it kind of looks like a buggy, a Volkswagen buggy Beetle. So this one's not in use right now. So basically, this means whatever family is having a funeral service, and this thing right here would say the last name of the family. But so it's just like it's like a school bus if you think about it. These are 紙紮鋪, meaning these are the paper goods that they use to burn for the dead. In the Chinese culture, they feel that not only do you burn things to worship the god, but you burn things so that the deceased can receive it. So depending on what you want them to have, if you want them to have a car, you can burn them a car with a license plate. This is actually, I think, for lion dancing. The reason why it's all white is for obvious reasons. You can burn all sorts of stuff. These goodie bags have everything. They got money, Rolexes. You can burn them. Servants, which is from the ancient times. You can have the lanterns, a mansion with bicycles in it. There's a bicycle in the mansion. Some of them can be very detailed, if you ask me. You can have KFC. Meccas, snacks, juices, abalone, all sorts of things that people like. Ferrero Rocher, if you look there. Shampoo, Biotherm, Biotherm for men. Lancome, golf set, yeah, all sorts of stuff. This place must be famous because they got celebrity photos on there. And if you actually look really carefully, not only do you have like cars, but you have like jets, airplanes, you have all sorts of stuff. Like, you name it. Pet supplies, yes, pet supplies. I think you can actually have pets as well. You can actually burn them a pet. Bernice, okay. All right, Bernice, you probably want to keep your stuff to WhatsApp if you want to talk about your arrangements of coming over. This is my live stream. You can't hoard it with family topics. Okay, let me see. What else is there? I just thought it's actually pretty interesting if you ask me. So burning incense is one thing, and then burning, these are kaitins. So they're like paper money. It's big for the Asian culture because we love money in the Asian culture. We love it before we're dead. We love it after we're dead. Got Gucci stuff, Gucci bags, dim sum, got beer, all sorts of stuff. So I think it's a good reflection of what we like as a culture. I think I heard comedians say it, is that, Asians just love money so much that even during New Year's, we actually say 恭喜發財, which is not Happy New Year. It's actually congratulations that you're rich. Yeah. So I guess that's what they like. I guess Chinese were typically poor back in the days, so they feel a little bit insecure without money. So I guess wishing someone luck with wealth is the best thing you can say during New Year's. Yes, that is a cat mask. You are right. See, these flowers, right? They just never die. And I heard, okay, I don't know if this is true, but I think there's an element of truth is that these flowers actually get recycled. So can you imagine? Someone finishes at a funeral, you just use the same flowers at somebody else's. Wow, property, earn spaces. See, I told you, property is expensive in Hong Kong. If you want adjacent ones, they're even more expensive for obvious reasons. And this is actually a very, very lucrative business if you think about it. These places where they burn the paper goods, come on, how much is paper really worth if you think about it, right? No matter how good the craftsmanship is, no matter how detailed the stuff is, it still is just paper. And I think in front of me are the few funeral homes. See, as I said in the beginning, right? This is a business where we all have to visit once in our lives. I'm not going to film the funeral parlor because I think people are having services there. It'll be kind of rude, but you guys get the ideas. I've never seen a district with so many like funeral related items. A lot of double parking, by the way. Seems like double parking is a thing in Hong Kong. And I don't know about what coffins and caskets look like in Asia, but now I do. They actually look like this. Yeah, the shape is very different. And I learned the difference between a coffin and a casket is that one actually has a hinge and you can open it, but they're all just as unenvironmentally friendly, if you ask me. I read from a documentary before that when somebody gets buried, so much formaldehyde, metals, wood, embalming stuff actually goes back into the earth. So it's actually very bad for the environment. And just a little fun tip for everyone, the funeral service industry is a very tough industry to get into here in Hong Kong. Reason being, it's so lucrative and people just don't want people to go into this industry. Dust to dust, yep, 塵歸塵，土歸土，金標歸當鋪. meaning I don't even know what that translates to. 塵歸塵，土歸土. The dust belongs back to the dust. The earth goes back to where the earth belongs, and the Rolex goes back to the pawn shop. I think that's the rough translation. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Because it's such a lucrative business, so people don't want other people to go into this line of work, not for superstitious reasons, but just they don't want the competition. And the thing is, there's also another suspicion that, not another suspicion, but for people who's not in the industry, people don't understand that as much as the business of death is actually quite a necessity in all societies, people think it's associated with bad luck, but really it's not. If you look at the people that's in this industry, they actually look really happy. They look very at peace. These people are the nicest people you ever meet. And you don't see that these people are having bad luck at all. Reason being, one, is that in a way not in a way, but you're actually helping people's families deal with one of the toughest things in life. And if you do a good job, then you're actually lessening their burden, right? Because everyone dies once. And second of all, as I said, it's a good business. It's very good. So when people are making loads of cash, I don't think they have reason to be unhappy in terms of running a business, because that's what they want, right? Let's see, what else? So a lot of these places, as I told you before, right, in Hong Kong, property is a huge thing because space is very limited. So you can imagine getting cremated is a lot cheaper than actually getting buried. And to invest in the space that is necessary for putting an urn or putting a coffin in, that's actually a very good business in and itself. Holy shit, look at this battery shop. Is it me or is the owner a fucking hoarder? Sorry. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, and I see some shops where you can actually put people's ashes into a, into a crystal ball, which I think is pretty cool as well. Oh, wow. Wait, oh, this is the environmental friendly sage. Oh, okay. It looks like it's some sort of environmental friendly service, and that is actually really cool hearse. Wow. When I leave this world, I need something baller like this. That is too cool. Oh, I'm learning so much. These kind of things, like it's weird. Like, it's for me, I'm not religious, I'm not superstitious. So I have no problem with talking about any of the subjects that's along these lines. Although I guess across most cultures it's actually seen as a bad thing, but it really isn't. Tell me one person that doesn't die once. Let's see. Wow, they're just. And judging from the signs of these places, it seems like these businesses have been around for a long time. More flowers. Can you imagine going into one of these flower shops and you buy flowers for, I don't know, for somebody alive that you know? It's like, hey, can I get a bouquet? That would be so weird. Okay, I think that's about it for this district. Let me kind of just get my asses out of this district and see what I see in the distance. As far as I know, Hung Hom is actually a really old district. So I don't really expect to see anything from this side. But that's it. I'll do another live stream that is with the other side of Hung Hom. That's not related to here. I'll do that in a separate stream, so that when you guys are watching this delay live, you don't get it confused with a completely different topic. Because frankly, I don't think this is an area where tourists are gonna visit. There's no point. But I must say, like, some of these flower shops, right? Like, is it me or is that sign really deteriorating? I don't know. maybe it, I don't know, it just shows how old these shops have been around for. Nope, I think that's it. Let me see what's out there. It's not a particularly long live stream because I don't think this area is that big, but I just wanted to show you guys because in Hong Kong it's kind of weird. Like when you go to an area, it's like all of the shops that's in the same industry are always clustered in one area. I don't know, is that like that in your country? Like if you're looking for zip ties, if you're looking for toys, if you're looking for screws, are they always all in the same area? Because it seems like that here in Hong Kong. Oh wow, all of these are made from jade. Baller. Anyway, so let me know if that's the case, and is it like the business of death or even the topic of death, is it that stigmatized where you guys are? Because as far as I'm concerned, there's some countries where they actually have celebration of life, which or I think somebody mentioned before in Ireland they actually drink in was it funeral services. So that'd be pretty cool, I think. I actually wouldn't mind. If one day I leave this world, I think I'll record a voiceover for everyone's like, hey everyone, welcome to my own funeral, and get yourself drunk. Go for the buffet and knock yourself out. I thought that'd be actually quite cool if you ask me. Tell me what you guys think. Anyway, I'm gonna start my next stream really shortly after this. So if you guys want to watch the rest of the stream, which I'll have in a separate recording, stay for just a few minutes more. I'll recalibrate and then I will start it right away. So see you guys around, and I will see you in a few minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's quite an alternative kind of destination, but as I say, I cover a lot of different places in Hong Kong, so this is one of it. I hope it's not particularly morbid, but I just want to kind of show you guys, you know, whatever it is that I see. So see you guys in a few minutes. Laters.